All right, let's talk about Rise Race the Future for the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, this was a game that I bought for the Switch 1 and I hated it. The FPS was like 15 to 20 FPS and I just couldn't really enjoy the game. Now, for some reason, I decided to try this game out today. And my God, the Switch 2 changes the game entirely. All right, let's talk tech. So on the Switch 1, the game was supposed to run at 30 frames per second, but it ran more like 20, and it had dips. And by the way, that was in docked mode at 1080p, right? And of course, in handheld, it was even worse. It was just like super blurry. So naturally, at the time, I decided not to make a video. I just wasn't feeling the game. But on the Switch 2, I kind of noticed there's two modes. One is performance, and the other is quality. Now, I do not recommend performance mode. It's kind of a waste. Go straight with quality. At quality, the game runs at a smooth 60 frames per second, 1080p dock mode. I also tested the two-player mode, and the two-player mode also runs at 60 frames per second, and I couldn't spot any dips at all. Now, I also tested this in handheld mode, and I'm happy to report in handheld mode, it also runs at 60 FPS locked. It's super smooth. You know what? It actually looks better in handheld mode than on my TV for some reason. That LCD, the LCD that Nintendo chose, just the colors pop. The the dark colors, the shadows are, they're pretty black, so it looked really good in handheld. Now, I really like this racing game. It's fun. It feels a slight more simulation than arcade. I'd probably say like 60% simulation and 40% arcade. Nice balance of both. And it also supports HD Rumble, including Rumble on the Switch 2 Pro controller if you happen to have one. Now, I would still love to see an official update, like an official Switch 2 upgrade. I don't know, maybe they can add more textures, or my favorite feature, maybe they could add game share so that if I run into one of my friends that doesn't have this game, I could beam the game from my Switch 2 to the Switch 1 and we can play together. That would be sick. I would be willing to pay for that upgrade. Or another idea, I would love for the developer to make another racing game. Maybe make it a little bit more arcade-like, a little bit less simulation. That's just what I like. But overall, it's a good product, especially now running on the Nintendo Switch too. By the way, I plan on making more videos like this, games where the Switch 2 brings back, a game back to life. I feel like there's a lot of games on the Switch 1 that, I think with the hardware limitations, they didn't really run that well. But now that we have the Switch 2, I feel like it'll bring that back. Anyways, let me know if you have any suggestions on any games you think the Switch 2 just 100% makes the game better and it makes it feel like a new game. I'm happy to take suggestions, and check out and buy that game. All right, with that being said, I will catch you on the next video.